welcome everybody to Free Wheel Station. I think what we start off with is we start off um, with like the very last of like what we got, last session. So we get like um, Kib listening to a recording from the heretic as the heretic says, did like 10th trial, the the subject has had an adverse reaction to the reanimation process again. And then there's like a lot of like noise and the recording cuts off and you're all kind of standing here in this sort of wrecked like workshop.
Temerity is immediately going to hold still and tell everybody, okay, fan out, look for clues, touch with your eyes, not with your hands. If you find anything, tell me.
So we're gonna separate from each other and then go explore. Got it. Sounds like a great plan. Let's do it.
Kib,
Yes, ma'am.
it sounds like your cousin has been put through much more than what the ritual that I know about should have been. But this is someone who's not one of my people doing it. So if you find your cousin and your cousin tries to hurt you, put your cousin down. You go north, I'll go west. Temerity, the other two are for you. We take 20.
There's no reasoning with her? Oh, okay.
If there's
Never.
no reasoning, but if she attacks you, put her down. She's probably not really your cousin anymore. It's like one of those hollow vids where, the zombies attack or something.
Oh,
Just be careful.
all right.
Engage Sentinel protocol and stay close.
Alright, I am going to make a perception check to see
Ooh,
what I
that's a
can
good idea.
see about this,
Absolutely.
analyze it like I would a crime scene.
All right. Everybody give me your perception rolls, or whatever your investigation rolls. All right. So I think between the three of you,
Hang on, House still got to
right.
make his. I didn't have Hall loaded. I
Yes,
apologize. Hall
I
has a
see.
better perception check than I do.
I see. All right.
There you go.
So I think as you guys kind of like fan out and look around, you kind of it's easy to piecemeal together like small pieces of what happened here in terms of the fight. Like you can't say who, but by looking at this, case over, this place over here that somebody was smashed through, this case. But right after they were, you know, the scuffling and the way the debris is scattered and possible blood trail or whatever, you'll see that you can track that maybe, the fight went from over here to over there, or maybe that there was some gunfire here that was exchanged over here and there, but it's connecting all of it together to form a coherent story of what happened doesn't really give you a whole lot to go on.
Okay.
Um, what
So
it
since.
gives
Oh, go ahead.
Hold on.
Sorry.
What it does give you, however, is that this was a battle that was fought from multiple sides and multiple angles. Like you very clearly, the heretic had to have put up a fight himself.
Mm.
Um, whatever came here, whatever happened here, they it looks like there was at least three sides to this battle. Um, the number the number of people involved is sort of indeterminate. It's kind of hard to tell. You're
Can we tell if
guessing.
there's more than 20?
I don't know if you can tell if there. I don't know if you can tell much more beyond the fact that there's at
Hmm.
least 10. There's at least 10. You're like beyond
Okay.
that. It's hard to say.
So
Um,
how long did we technically take on this? Like an hour?
um,
More?
this probably takes you a couple of hours.
Yeah.
The thing that you get, the biggest thing that you get here is that this trail is pretty much cold. You do get one little bit of information that that you don't have
Huh?
before. Um, well, maybe it's Ha that realizes that there is uh like a maybe a data pad.
Nice.
Um,
That was going to be my next thoughts.
and the data pad that on the data pad is um it's really hard to make out most of the I think even with your best tinkering skills you're able to come up with the data is so corrupted that all you're able to come up with is one word. It's capitalized, so it may be the beginning of the sentence or it may be a proper noun or name of some sort, but it's Indramus.
Indramus. So once we get back together to share this information, and that's said, that would be this. I really don't know anything.
Hmm.
Temerity, have you heard of this word?
Andromus. Have I heard of that word?
I tried culture.
No.
Okay. If the answer
Okay.
is no, you don't even need to try. So,
You're
does this include us trying to hack into the video footage of this place? Or has all that
Yes.
been taken and or destroyed?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the
And
it's
no bodies to be found at all?
uh no, whoever did this, and you can this is the thing that you can attest to, Temerity. Whoever came through here didn't did a rush may have done a rush job, but but they were pretty thorough about getting the basics. Like
Blood,
they
bullet
didn't
holes,
huh?
blood, bullet holes, anything like that?
Bullet
Basically,
hole.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's there's scorch marks from what may have been what looked like some sort of energy weapon. There may be, some casing, some shell casings or whatever. Um, but I mean, uh, they're really, really rare and far behind, a few between. Like
These guys are
nothing that's gonna
pros.
lead you, nothing that would lead you anywhere, really.
Yeah,
Um,
Temerity would probably say, these guys are pros, the kind of pros that pick up their shell casings pros.
yeah,
Nice.
and like
So you said there was some blood, right?
Um, yeah, but it's dried.
Okay, so that means it's been at least 2 hours. Um, did
Oh,
you
it's
say that the some of the security cameras and stuff were still burning outside?
no, no.
Okay,
They
so none
were
of that was no. Okay.
yeah, they're pretty much the security cameras and pretty much the like automated defense systems were taken out.
Can
Well,
I?
I turned to Temerity and I'm like, hang on. And I push a couple buttons on my armor, and suddenly I am dressed in a long trench coat with a funky hat. And I'm like, apparently we have some detectiving to do in town.
Hmm. Can I make a medicine check to see if I can identify how old the blood is?
Was that? Can I assist?
Do you have any tools that would allow you to do that?
Mm.
Could I use my cleaner's kit?
It's a bit of a stretch, but I'll allow it.
Okay.
I was
I
going to
will
say
allow that.
I can
I
help
will
with life science.
I will, um, I would allow that based on like the criminal cleaners kit and whatnot, like you've had to clean up different types of blood before.
Mm-hmm.
Usually scenes are fresh, but sometimes you've got something that's been sitting for a day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are the worst.
You
So,
like when you call a wolf, you call
oh,
yay! You call a wolf
oh.
immediately.
So you can straight up tell that this has been more than a day. This has been a couple of days at least.
Mm.
You'd hazard you'd hazard a guess that it could be as far out as perhaps a week.
We got here too late.
Yeah, Temerity is going to kind of look and go, this trail is cold, cold.
Kib, do you know what we forgot to do that we should have done?
Flip a coin?
Nope. We should have put a tracking device in your cousin's cheek pouch.
That would have been good. Oh, why didn't we think it? Yeah.
Because hindsight is 2020, my dear friend. But next time, should this ever happen again, let's surgically implant tracking devices and things that we're trying to keep. Okay.
Well,
Sorry,
depending
Temerity.
on how this scenario turns out, I'm not sure we're gonna try this again. Just saying.
Next time
So,
we send Temerity to Eox.
You're
so,
not chipping me. You are not chipping me.
so, Temerity and Philip,
Oh.
give me culture checks here real quick.
Okay, just
Um,
so you know, Temerity, I'm not going to try to bring you back to life. I wouldn't have tried to bring his cousin back to life if it hadn't been important. There we go.
okay.
Oh
So,
no, oh, go ahead.
Temerity, unless you have something else you want to add to that. Like, I don't know if you
Does
have
it
like,
involve cities?
uh, what is your like theme?
Street rat.
Street rat.
So large
I'm actually,
metropolitan
Ooh.
areas.
I will actually allow this on the grounds that you are a street rat,
Okay.
for your background. So,
Alright.
Perfect.
Kib, do
um,
you find that a little bit racist?
so what
Not
you
really.
both So, what both of you know, can deduce from this. Temerity, you deduce this because you're familiar with crime. Like you
Mm.
grew up on the streets, you're familiar with it. You trained as a cleaner, a professional cleaner of crime scenes. You know a little bit about crime. You've got a
Yeah.
taste of the criminal underworld. Um, and Philip, your family has moved in corporate circles for a lot of years. Um,
Yes, I thought it felt, what's the word? It feels like something someone might do if we killed his niece or something like that. To
Mm.
and
me.
you are able to, as an Alibrian, put things together. What both of you are kind of coming to is somebody hired professionals, and the people who hire professionals who clean up after themselves are usually powerful criminals or powerful corporate entities or government officials. Although
Hmm.
neither of you have direct knowledge of government officials necessarily,
What's the
but
difference?
but I imagine you'd likely both have reason to assume as much. Um, but
Yeah. I look
but
at
like
Philip and I go, yeah, you guys really pissed off the wrong people.
I say to you, Infernal, duh. That's right.
uh,
wouldn't in Infernal just be like duh?
hey, I speak infernal.
I know. I
We all know
remembered.
one word. We
Ah,
all know
yeah,
one word.
nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
and just
yeah.
remember,
Every time I get a new language, just like all my other characters in Starfinder, my
Hmm.
goal is to know every language and every character. Ha ha ha! No
Hmm.
one can be like, I'm talking in a language you don't understand. You don't know stuff.
Hmm. Do you speak Abyssal?
This character does not speak Abyssal. I speak Calabrian, Goblin, Infernal, Gnome, Noir, Jabubnin, Kasathan, Sheeran, Veskarian, and I even speak Skittermander.
Oh, dang. Interesting. That is a lot of languages.
Right. The only reason I want to, take a secondary class is so I can double that.
uh, so so what is your next move here? You're standing here in the midst of this realization that this was at least a three-way battle with at least 10 people, at least a couple of days to a week ago, and it was done by people who were high-end professionals who would have been hired with somebody with a lot of money or power.
Hmm. Hey, Kib, do you know who could accomplish a feat like this? I'll give you a hint. They have a thing for their brother.
Wait, are you?
Okay, that confused me, but I was thinking the captain, but
No, why would your
oh
captain
no.
do this? No,
No, wait.
it starts with an S.
I don't remember. Sam.
It's
I don't know.
no, Crenville's sister.
Thestra?
Yeah, Sestra. See, I knew I started with an S.
Oh, the second you say Sestra, you're like, you think that Sestra did this?
No, but Sestra has the proper people to get something like this done.
Mm.
Remember, she's on retainer. That doesn't mean that she doesn't do stuff for other people. And technically, going and getting some stuff from a place and killing her and picking up after herself, that's just a regular job for them.
With your permission, I want to take the photo, or I want to photograph any of the crime scene we can, and then clean up the rest of it.
You mean what they missed?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking about at least locking all the doors as we left, so it'd be funny.
Yeah, I think
And
the
take all the
tighter that we
doorknobs.
can, the less that we can make this place look like a crime scene, and the more we can make this place look like it's abandoned, the better. Because we have connections to these people, so we need to go to ground just like they did.
Well, bonus. I don't know if you know this, but Kib is an excellent custodian. Kib, let's clean this place up.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
custodial skills are not the same as a fixer's skill to clean a crime scene.
Oh yeah.
Right, but if Temerity goes first and then we do cleanup after that, then the only thing that's confusing is there's not any cobwebs in this place.
I want you guys to fix the doors.
Deal. We fix all the doors. In fact, if we can fix one of the cameras so that we'll know if someone shows up here after we do, that would be nice too.
You could
Ha.
potentially fix one well enough to work again, but getting it to send you a signal to wherever you're at if you're not here is not. There's no way to boost that.
Well, I figured we could go to town still and see if we find any chatter about this. I mean, if other people know that it's happened, then someone is talking about it. And if so, maybe they know more than we do, which is Jack and I believe the word is shit in human. But, I mean, what do you two think? Kib, I know we want to find your cousins, but if this is the
Well, I'm
bird person,
thinking that if we go, how loud was the fight here, and how close is the town?
Well, here's the thing. It could be highly likely that nobody in town knows shit about it because the heretic lived up here, lived quite a ways out in order to be isolated to have privacy.
right, but
Like,
he was having materials shipped to him on a regular basis for the stuff that he needed, at least up until probably 2 months ago.
but it's not like having a shipping freight containers full of all kinds of stuff. It's more specialized items gotten through people that like he could trust
So
and stuff.
let's see
Like
if we can. Is there an Abador Corp on this planet? Or not Abador Corp? Who's the Amazon? Mara, do you remember?
Oh, no.
Is it Abador Corp?
Uh,
Abador Corp Space Amazon, right? Yes, so.
yeah, more or less.
Okay, so that
It's
would most
it's
likely. Go ahead.
it's it's space capitalism religion.
yeah.
Yes, but they're the ones that we can go buy stuff from, and that I send the bad people to rather than throw them into the corpse recycler. So rather than be
Which
set free,
which as not even a law as not even a law enforcement agency, they're just like, we don't know what the fuck to do with him, and basically just don't take him because they're not a prison.
well,
They
then
don't.
just so you know, the brig is probably full of fucking crazy people.
Either that or whoever you've had shipping them to Abadar Corp has been forced to just release a bunch of dangerous criminals into space.
Like into actual space, or are you just talking
Like
about leaving them
over
on a random
space.
planet?
Well, like, I don't imagine all of them are just like, well, fuck it, let's just space them. I mean, there might be
Uh,
one or two people that'd be willing to do that, but I think most people would be like, shit.
We could
Well,
send them
where
to
can we leave these fuckers?
we could send them to the stewards.
Yeah.
well,
Uh,
I think the reason I originally chose Abador Corp is because I thought it would be funny. Because Abador Corp would be like, "Hi, we're gonna put you in this chair and pry your eyes open, and then make you watch this video over and over again until you go, hi, welcome to Abador Corp. I love you."
Hmm.
nope.
Okay, so yeah, from now on, we'll send them to the stewards with a list of their crimes. It's either that,
Uh,
or we'll just let Kib have his way, and there'll be more screams from the. I was trying to be nice to him, give him a second chance at life, not be a cultist anymore. But no, God's like,
They
they're
could
still
walk.
cultists.
They could walk in space. Have walk out the airlock.
Well, if we're going to kill them, we might as well recycle them. That's all I'm saying. But past that, back to where your cousin is and what we're doing while we're still here. Because that was the main reason we left. And you said, Jester said that there was a decent chance that no one in town knows anything because they're out here.
Yeah,
yeah,
if you're doing some funky experiment shit, you don't want to be close to town. That's what I was thinking. Is
Yeah.
they wouldn't be
Yeah, you'd want to be
close
like in
to
a space
town.
station in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
Wait, what?
remember there's that other space station that was like, don't come to our sector. Things are too crazy. And I'm like, Jester really wants us to go to that sector. I kind of want to go because they said don't.
Hmm.
But then there's the other space station where it's don't go to this sector. Oh wait, I can go to this sector because technically they're my employees.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean they wouldn't try to kill me, but they might have consequences if they did.
Hmm.
Um, so we don't have anything else to do here, right? We've cleaned up the
well,
scene.
Is this whole building like? Is this like one room or
There
multiple
were
rooms?
several.
well, here's the deal. What it looks like is it was originally built to be like an outpost, like a research facility or some sort of like military facility. It was originally built for a purpose, but
Okay.
it
When we were
obviously
searching,
never got. Yeah,
did we search for secret doors?
That's what I was about to ask.
yeah.
Did they go do a secret hatch and it's hiding in
Well,
a hole somewhere?
here's no.
Is Scooby
There's
and or Do there?
no, but you do have, but
The
like I
Winchesters, are
said,
they here?
Hmm.
I'm sorry, we'll stop. So this town, how big is this town next to this place that we're at? I mean, is it a town? Is it city sized? Is it a metropolis?
Forget isn't a very large place. Let me look at, or maybe it is. Let me look at the actual. I don't think I
love
don't
that.
remember.
Maybe it
Forget.
is.
Well,
Yeah,
I
the
did.
GM. Forget.
Well, here's the thing. I actually fucking have used this place before, and if I
That is
remember
true.
correctly, it is a very small place.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, at the very least, while we were here, we could look for more cargo. And since we're still in the Vescarium, I would like to stop somewhere and have us all recruit for a little while because we could
So
use
there
some more
is
brawn on the station.
so there is forget, and there is command 7. So command 7 is, let's see, command 7 is, it's basically a base. It's a uh
If it's a base, there's no one there that isn't already employed.
right. I'm just trying, and
Oh,
forget,
sorry,
which
I
is where
understand.
forget, and it command 7 is on a completely different continent from where you're at. You're
Okay, but
on
forget.
you're on for the continent of Ulathaz, and forget is the remote nature of S7 habitability, the marginal habitability to best 8, make it a dead place. Households. Settled the city and founded a secret hospital. Hmm. Yeah, it's not a terribly big city. It doesn't look like.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So, but we're on Vest 7, correct?
actually it's actually a colony. Yes, Vest 7.
Okay. So there should be some larger cities we could go to.
Nope.
Vest 7. No?
Vest 7 is predominantly a sort of tundra and ice world. Like there's very marginal habitability. Like Command 7 is literally built into a glacier, and forget the continent that Ulathaz is one of the very few greener places on the
Okay.
world. And there, I imagine it's got a pretty snowy, cold season, which it's in the middle of. I would say this is like a pine forest kind of setting
I see.
we're looking at.
So,
And forget is a colony, and this was a place that was just like, yeah, it's outside of a colony. So
Well, if we do want to do some recruitment, we'll want to go somewhere into the Vescarium that actually has people who would be willing to be recruited.
well, and like we jumped over the space station where you can buy because we were going to be in a hurry. We got here and hit a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
and you
So we can
also
go to
forgot
the.
one other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Isn't there someone you're supposed to talk to?
Probably. And I should remember who that is, but I do not. Would you like me to
Syndicate
do a culture check?
syndicate wise? No, you don't
Oh,
need a culture
fuck.
check.
I need to talk to fucking Shorthorn. Where's Shorthorn?
He is on Vesk Prime.
Okay, and we are on 7, 8. Dear God, so we got to travel all the way back. All right, well, if that's the case, can we make a short shopping trip on the Forge before we make it all the way to Prime?
Well,
I just want to.
I'm not gonna stop you, but you've already been in the Veskarium and made a scene before showing up.
Oh, because of that? I wasn't even thinking about that. Hmm. Aren't you the bastard, my conscience? Um. Well, let's see. So, the best place to have a message sent fast would be going to the base first and sending a message to Shorthorn that says we're on our way.
All
And
right.
that would be under services. So that would be in the core. I went too far.
Like Command 7 is what you would expect it to be. It is a vast military base built into a glacier. It is, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Professional services, communications. Oh, that is true. So, because it is a military base, does that mean they have a meeting room, which means we have inter galaxy calls?
No, actually. Well, if they do, it's no, I don't think so, honestly, because Vest 7 is a remote posting, and Vesk is full of postings where they give people shitty postings for high despots because they're dicks.
Okay.
The High Despot Club is a popularity contest, and if they don't like you, they give you a shit posting.
Understandable. Let's see. That's transportation. Because it goes from professional service communication, 5 to 10 credits per minute, to professional freelance. So if we're paying someone with a faster ship that's already headed to Prime, you're going to have to give me what you think. I mean, I'll go as high as, what, 500 if I need to?
Well, let me look at the. What's it for now? Let's see if you were looking under services, weren't you?
Yes. In fact, I just shut the book or I'd tell you the page.
235.
Thank you.
34.
So, Demerity, I really do think this is the work of the Daddy Warbucks of our universe.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Here's
And
field.
if he's taken the cousins, I don't think we are.
Give me a second here.
Oh, no. Sorry. We're just background talking. Dun, 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 dun. Such a good boy, huh?
Yeah, I think it's Daddy Warbucks.
But I have other enemies.
Are they this professional? The mob is not this professional.
If the elf woman from the Amber Wreath has decided that I am a pain in their side, she has the influence to do this as well. But I definitely would like to talk to Sestra about others in the area that would be able to, or others in that area that would be able to perform such an act.
Good idea. Plus, it gives Temerity another excuse to see Sestra.
That's true. And then Silver Soul, of course, because Paper Leaf.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're paying them, we might as well use them.
Agreed. So, Jester, what are we looking at?
Let's go ahead and say 300 credits.
Okay. I will donate 300 credits from my dad.
Actually, possibly 400, but if you can make a diplomacy check, you can reduce the amount of the amount that the soldier is skimming off the top to let you use military communications.
Weep Grana. Oh, go ahead. Can I assist?
Yeah. Go ahead with the assist roll.
Yay!
Nice. Okay. 20.
All right. So instead of 400, it'll just be 350.
Nice.
350 it is.
Yeah. It's-
As soon as I can get to my money. Where's my Oh, there it is. So
he's going to get his little skim off the top.
okay.
All right.
All right. Ooh. Let's see if I can do this. Grant me your strength, temerity. Dear Shorthorn, been delayed. Drift has been heinous as ever, and I will arrive as soon as I can. Please forgive this transgression. I bring Pebblebrook whiskey as a present to hopefully make you less angry with me.
Yeah. Temerity, if you're not already like just like record first draft go, she'll be like, just call it an olive branch.
Okay, and then we record it with that. And yeah. And then we fly to the forge. You determine however long that is. And then Temerity, let's find you a level equivalent weapon.
Mm.
5 days.
5 days. Let me mark time because I'm Father Time.
Wait, so we're still going to the forge? And wow, this is a bad idea.
Man, you know how bad the drift can be sometimes. Like, literally, the drift solves all late problems.
No way he doesn't have eyes and ears out here. No shot.
I'm already a man right now.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Kib should be in disguise, and you can change into whatever you want to.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll just disguise myself. What are you disguised as? You're a male Elabrian?
Yes. I mean, I could pretend to be a giant, I suppose, but there's more negatives to that. So yeah, I'm just an 8-foot tall male Elabrian.
You know what? We'll go with what are they called? Coralins, the snail people with the fire gem in them.
No, those are
No, I know what he's talking about. The Quarloos, the ones with the, what is it, 3 arms or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, those ones. Okay.
I'm gonna disguise myself as a Corlu.
Okay.
Feel like
Time
that's
goes
sufficiently weird
by.
enough to throw the trail off.
All right. So, the forge.
All right. So, Temerity, we're looking for a weapon for you. Did you ever figure out what level your weapon was, Kib?
Yeah, I have like a 4, a 3, and a 1.
Okay. Well, which one are you most attached to?
Well, the level 4 one I use the most. The level 1 is pretty much a backup if they take all my weapons.
That's the one you got hidden in your pouch. Got it.
Correct.
Okay. Well, put the level 4 in your cheek. Nah, I'm just kidding. And your level 4 is what again?
The Sonic Pistol Thunderstrike.
Okay. What's the level 6 equivalent? I need the armory for that. Do you have a page number for your weapon? No, that's not the right
I'm on
book.
page 16. I
What the
don't
fuck
know if
is the
it's on
armory?
this
Hmm. What did I do with my physical copy of the armory? I have to look it up the hard way. Why am I looking it up the hard way? I have the internet.
Why is the netcode on Archives of Nethys so bad?
Because they haven't updated it for a while.
So the Thunder Strike thingy does the 1d8, but level 6 Dirge pistol, whatever, does 1d8 as well.
How much does the one you just said cost?
The Dirge pistol, 4,950.
4,950. And it's a small arms?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I didn't like that.
Hmm. Ooh.
Oh,
That
4,000.
is pretty good, actually. I could get a tactical ring fire.
So,
just so you guys know, when you pull up to the Conqueror's Forge, like it's shaped like a giant Doshko in space.
Yeah.
And the spiked area, like the blade looking areas, are the visitor sections. So that's where you're actually like docking in at. Maybe we see it hang in the sky as you guys pull in and park. And the visitor section, like, the visitor sections have plenty of amenities and stuff for you guys to shop around.
Mm-hmm.
yes. We're not trying to go somewhere weird. This is not the place to mess around. We all know that. Kib, this is not a place to mess around. All right, so because we're in the Vescarium, are we still paying 50% more?
No, it's just when
Okay.
you're out on the frontier where you either have to make it yourself or have it shipped in at greater cost.
Okay, no problem. I just want to make sure. So, Kib, I'm going to buy you the resident
Or
pistol. Go ahead.
actually, you know what? Um,
I was prepared for you
yeah,
know what.
no, just go ahead and go at standard price.
Okay.
I'm good with it.
So, Kib, put the dirge pistol in your weapons. I will erase that money, and then we're still waiting for Temerity to find what she wants. Go ahead, look around, hon. If you want something like engraved, we can do that here.
She's going to look around the room a little bit and kind of like ooh and ah at some of the shops, and then she's gonna see in the window a swagger hand cannon and just like a moth to flame just like gravitate towards it.
Okay, how much does that cost, dear?
For 350.
Okay, so that will take me to. Okay. Okay, all right, I got it.
Sick, thank you.
All right. I have them put it in. No, it's the Vescarium. They don't put it in little boxes. They put it in a crate and they hand it to you.
Yeah, military crates, yeah.
Mm. All right. Now, while we're here, dear woman, I know that you like your dress clothes, but it might be prudent to get you something for when you're out and about with us in an area such as this.
Oh no, I have 5 separate outfits.
Right, but are they all different armors?
Yeah, or they're not all different armors, but they're different glamours.
Okay. And that part's fine. I was talking about, if we get into another gunfight and I don't tell you to run away,
Oh, we
or
bought you
you.
the station wear, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. So you do
Yeah.
have better armor. Good, good. All right. And Kib, what is your armor? Oh no.
On it says Peacekeepers Aegis 1.
All right. I know that there are 2s and 3s of that.
Peacekeeper Aegis. What kind of armor is that? Is that a heavy armor, a light armor?
It's
It
light.
says light.
Oh, okay.
That part I knew, but Peacekeeper.
The Aegis threw me off because I was like, is there
So you're
something
actually
like
wearing
what's
level 4
special
armor.
about
Good
it?
for you. We did take care of you at some point. Because Peacekeeper 2, 9, 10. Ooh. So, hang on. I'm trying to upgrade my friend's armor here to the level 2 model. Would you let us trade this one in? Get a little discount on it?
Um, what's the price difference between the two?
So his is only worth 2,000. I was trying to get 1,000 out of it. That would mean I'd only have to spend 7,000 to finish it out.
It's not going to give you 50%.
That was why I did the diplomacy check.
Well,
But
even
all right, but
with
you got to say it in a
diplomacy,
Viscarian
that's still
voice.
no. I can give best I can give you is a 20% discount.
Okay, so 20%. So that... I'm not gonna argue
No,
with him too much.
yeah,
Go ahead.
it was like best I can give you is 20% of the original value of the armor you're trading in. I guess is what he
Okay,
was saying.
so that means 7,900. Well, there went all the money that we just made, kid. But upgrade yourself to the level 2.
What level armor is that?
It's only what? Hang on. Did I screw up? Oh shit! No, we can't do it. I'm sorry, Kib. You're stuck still. It's still very decent armor, but I was hoping to get you something better. For whatever reason, the first time I read that as a 6, and I was like, "Oh, we're great, yeah."
What is it,
But
8?
no, yeah, it's 8,
Hmm.
which makes more sense now that I look at the numbers: 9, 10, max dex plus 5.
Yeah.
But when you get it, its upgrade slots are 3, and that's nice.
Yeah?
But we'll look into that when it happens. After suddenly we can't afford it. Thank you for the guns. And now we need for you to roll to see how long it takes for us to get to Vest Prime. I hope you roll badly, honestly. It'll be funny.
Who?
2 days?
days. Yep.
Nice. Nice. We hit
Right.
the fucking drift at the right moment. Okay. As soon as we hit Atmo, I send messages. We land at a mostly reputable place and let Lichdom take care of that bill. And then we wait for when he wants to see us. So,
Right. I think we can probably cut to sort of to that. Do you like whatever they at whatever point, like I don't know how far you take the others with you, but at some point they're like, no, this is as far as they go.
oh,
And like
actually,
you,
when I get those like come see me's, I'm sure it says come alone. So I'll be like, you two start recruiting.
You got it, boss.
And
so
that will give them something to do. Well, to start doing. I realize it takes a whole week.
well, So you are it takes you a while, but you manage to get to Shorthorn's to the restaurant that Shorthorn has you meet him at. There's
Do I need to have my veil on?
not at the restaurant.
Okay.
And it's a restaurant with like shit, maybe it's something that's not super exotic, but it's not regular for the Vescarium. Something like maybe it's Castrovillian dishes or something.
Nice. I like
Yeah,
Castrovillian
I
dishes.
make it. It's a Castrovillian traditional restaurant. And he's even got Lashuntas mostly working there. Um, Lashuntas and elves. Uh, but like there's a like when you get there, the whole place is empty. Like that, and Scorf Shorthorn is sitting at a table, waiting. Like it's clear that he has closed the place for the night, or closed the place for the night.
I uh, I walk in and in perfect infernal, I say, "My apologies. The drift."
He's like, he just shakes his head. He's like, sit down he says, sit down and pick out what you're gonna eat. I've already got wine on its way.
Right. I hand him the
So
20-year bottle of Pebblebrook that I brought.
he he sets it on the table in front of him, and he kind of looks at you. He's like, first of all, what are you doing? You come here and you don't even stop in and say hello first, and your lawyer makes a scene on Vesk 6, and might I add, stupid as it is, I have contacts there that I had operations going with local, well, let's just say local population that were a bit disrupted. This is how come I'm gonna know about your arrival in system on the news before I know about it from you? It's disrespectful
I agree.
because you know the tradition is when you come into another boss's territory, you immediately, not after you're done shopping, not after you're done uh, playing around, because if you'd have come to me first, I could have told you what operations were in play and what not to step in. He said, but instead, he says, what is it with you? Do you not think? He goes, well, this whole thing with the League of Helladis ain't my business, but it's some people are starting to say it's endemic of the reckless way you do business.
The League of Helladis is unfortunately something I'm going to have to clean up, and it's not going to be easy. And I don't have the bonus of having the syndicate at this at my disposal. It is
And
true. I completely I had a complete lack of conduct in this visit to the Viscarium. And it will never happen again. Otherwise, you can have my head.
he's like, he says, he goes, it better not happen again. He goes, what's going to happen is we're going to have ourselves a nice meal here. I had these chefs brought in. Yeah, I had a famous chef brought in specifically for a special dinner tonight. Because I got to stop and do this, we're going to be having this fine meal. We're going to be nice. We're going to be civil. We're going to talk about business. And then when we're done, you're going to fuck off out of the Viscarium and you're not going to come back here unless you speak to me the very moment you get out of drift. And I don't want you to come back around unless it's really, really important.
Mm.
You've already disrupted enough operations for one visit, for 2 visits, for 3 visits." This is
Understood. But it was really, really important. We'd like to hear about it when dinner gets here.
He's like, he's like, he goes, if he says, "It'll make for a fine piece of conversation as to why you saw it was necessary to come in or to come in half cocked like that. In the future, tell your new pet lawyer, that if she's gonna do business with anyone in the syndicate, she's gonna have to learn the art of discretion and the art of respect." And he says, he's like,
What the
uh,
fuck did I do?
he's like,
I get that I gave a brash interview, but I mean that had
"Oh
nothing to do
no,
with the
no, no,
fucking syndicate.
no, no."
All right.
There's
This is about
Fucking
me being responsible for my employees.
yes. This is
It's not necessarily that you did something completely out of. You didn't do anything that wouldn't be out of character. You
I
did exactly what a lawyer
yeah.
would do, but you did it like a lawyer, and not like a lawyer that's currently in 2 different mobs minimum that I know of.
It's like, uh, but yeah, he'll make small talk. He does mention that the upcoming visit that Isig and himself and a couple other council, Grim council members are going to make to inspect the station and the syndicate operations. He's like, and
And I don't tell him everything, but I do explain that the reason we system. I've been paying a guy to bring Kib's like cousin back to life.
well, he knew about the whole heretic thing. He's the one who gave you the
Well,
intel on the heretic, but he doesn't know
that's true,
he
but
didn't know
I
anything
so
beyond what the initial deal.
all right. So then I will bring him up to date on the fact that when we got there, the heretics building had not only been destroyed but cleaned, and then my cargo that was there to be fixed was also gone, as well as the heretic and any body that there could have been.
Yeah, he's gonna go. Goes out on Vest 7. Forget? Yeah, well, I don't guess I'm terribly surprised. Bad things go down out there a lot. Eh,
Mm.
It's where everybody. That's why the heretic was out there. All of the people that want to be left alone by the entire universe go to the most inhospitable place they can find. He goes, hell, the place is so out of the way. The place is so much of a hiding spot. You know what the founder said when somebody asked her why she decided to put a colony there or set up a residence there? She said, "I forgot."
Ha 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 ha.
And he's like, "It's actually a true story." He goes, "They yeah," he says, the details change depending on who's telling it, but the basic gist is, yeah,
I
that's where
forgot.
people go. 'Cause but if it was somebody that was willing to clean up a mess that far out and remote, yeah, he goes, "That can't be good." He goes,
I have my suspicions that it's the Dark Overlord of the universe, because I can never remember his name. The bird person,
"Purist skill."
Tira Skill.
I will put it into the I'm surprised you don't have this in your notes.
I do, but I don't have my notes up right now. Let me
Um,
look at my notes.
yeah, like, he goes, "This is you know, the weird thing is you only clean up a scene like that out in a place like Forget if you're expecting somebody to come looking."
Hmm.
Um,
Which leads me to believe more that it's Tira Skill. Right now, he's the top of my, and I use finger quotes, arch enemies list.
he's like, and he goes, "Yeah, well, I heard about that Terrorist Guild. A lot of money, a lot of credits, and a lot of power. It was, you know how to pick 'em."
Yep. Actually, believe it or not, Terrace Guild is not in my net. That's weird.
Oh, well, then you might want to put in Tyrus Guild, Oligarch in the League of Helades, head of Skilled Industries.
Aha. Finally. There. Hello. The computer is like, I don't like Roll20 anymore.
And decided, nope,
There it goes.
nope on you. Alright. So while you are having dinner, while you're having dinner with Scorf Shorthorn, the two of you, as it were, Temerity and Kib, are free to wander around. What is it? Command 1, I think is what it's called. Should be. I mean, the friggin' Vesk name everything very bluntly.
I
Tavern 1.
suppose I'd like to find a bodyguard.
So,
I thought you were my bodyguard. Shame.
Hell no.
No, 235.
um,
Actually, in this book, it is not 235, but I'll get there.
we're looking at
Let's see.
Command Prime. So Command Prime, population of over 130 million Vesk, Skittermanders, Patra, and others. It is effectively a military spaceport. Let's see. And the economy is based around like the military. There's a lot of military personnel. Let's see. There are plenty of places to go here. There is the Imperial Palace, which I'm not sure if you have business there. The Great Hall of the Conqueror
Okay.
is on the Sacred Isle of
Temerity.
Kesh. The Museum of Conquest.
It's 2 times the skill bonus of the person that you're wanting per day,
Hmm.
plus whatever the Jesta adds on. So,
Hmm. Okay.
but
Maybe I'll just spread around my business card.
Okay.
that's a good way to start. I bet we can get
Kib,
some more made here if you run low.
Heh.
Kib.
while you are here, fucking you receive uh like you receive a communication. Like there is a courier that brings you a message. It's a message from one of the contacts one of the contacts that you were given. And it basically is like on the message is quite simple. It's it's the name. It's a name and a specialization. It's like xenoarchaeologist Dr. Pargish Orask. Um, and it's specialized and it's in notations. It puts down um, with a special interest in Terivia.
Ooh. Sexy. I know I don't hear that, but it's still sexy.
Well, it's actually
Okay.
written like a yeah.
So the name, there's no way I'm going to spell that.
So I will put it up here.
Yeah.
I'll put
Yeah.
for Hargish or there we go. And there's like a picture and like a small dossier information. There's like a halfling. Um, uh, and Dr. Pargish Orask can be is like is actually in the like his location is listed as being in the Verilax Concordance.
Okay. And that's not where we're at. I'm
No, the
lost.
Verilax Concordance is the Verilax Concordance is that like empire that's ruled by like a technoarchy or a technomagocracy with lots
Right.
and lots of pollution, and they're very
Right.
dogmatic about their views about magic and the forces of the universe.
Oh, okay. I remember that place.
But it's also the place where you found where you went to where you met the other contact, the captain's other contact, the Talos Dome. It's also where you shipped illegal psychic crystals to. So, well, it's the same empire. Different. Some of these are different worlds, though. So,
Right. I'd notate that. That's good to know.
and so you get the you get this information like it was basically to answer your question, Dr. Pargish Orask, xenoarchaeologist, specialty in Turivian studies, last known location, Verilax Concordance, was small, like a picture, small, like bio. Um, but there's and you, Temerity, are handing out your cards. Give me how are you going about handing out your cards? Are you just kind of like going through the crowd? Are you like going to specific places, or like are you
I think Temerity is doing a bit of headhunting with this, so
okay?
she is going to job boards uh, in system, and putting her information on like the gray net. You know what I mean? Like kind of
Okay,
like places that are on the clear net, but like are kind of sketchy. You know?
all right, yeah,
But she's basically advertising like, hey, are you a lawyer? Do you have and do you want to defend the real freedom of people out here? Well then, like, sign up, like, and probably have something on there about no minimum education required for applicants.
mm,
Because I'm gonna go
so
through all the applicants by hand, so if someone bullshits me, I'll just turn them down.
right, right. So I think you get like a I think you kind of like get a as you're kind of like going about all of this, like you're running through like the circles and whatnot. You're sort of like trying to post up and find lawyers and whatnot. As you're kind of like going about your business, you run into somebody that somebody that's familiar to you. You run into the Verthani promoter, Carabas Hale. Um,
Caribous
And
Hale. Where do I know them from? They're in my notes, I
uh,
think.
yeah, you actually were like they were like somebody. There was a promoter that you were talking
Yeah,
to on
that's
the
right.
station.
The
We
promoter.
really, yeah, we really only kind of came in on like the back end of like your conversation with Caribous Hale last time. And it's like you come
I
across Caribous, and yeah, he sees you and kind of like waves at you from across like the um, you know, uh, the grounds or whatever, the square.
Caribous? Is that you?
He's
Oh
a
my god.
Yeah, he's like he comes walking across the plaza. It's like it's like and greets you. He's like, ah, temerity. It was what brings you all the way to the Vescarium?
Oh, the councilwoman has some business out here, so I figured I'd make it a productive business trip and spread my information around.
Yeah, what incredible luck! You know, I was just going to talk to you. I don't know. I mean, I know you've got like the nightclub, and I know you've got the casino and whatnot. And I was
Hmm.
thinking, I have an act that might be perfect for your casino. Um, and they're called Larry and the Laugh Track Losers. You'll love them. They're a uh, they're they're actually out of the Garin. If you can believe it, it's one guy. The Larry himself is a human, and the rest of them are androids. I under Garin law, they technically qualify as musical instruments belonging to Larry, but I've never seen a Gurrin human treat androids with more respect and androids and SROs with more respect and dignity. Uh, and you know, they're actually allowed to travel outside of the Gurrin authority, only a little bit, but they are allowed. They have special visas. I was thinking, if maybe we could cut a deal, like get the Larry and the Laugh Track Losers a spot, maybe a week contract for maybe a week. The casino. What do you think? You think that'd be something that's doable?
Caribus, please, please, come here. And, like, kind of leans in, goes, our station is a free place for any and all synthetic life forms. If they come to that station, they will have every right to not leave this station.
I, Here's the thing. I gotta ask. They wouldn't be but would they be forced to stay if they were to choose to leave and go back to the authority? Would they be allowed to do so?
Well, certainly, if they chose to lead their life back in indentured servitude, then they certainly will. But I want to warn you before we decide to do any sort of deal. That is a very real possibility that there might be a diplomatic spark that happens between there. And being one of the middlemen, you're gonna have to be ready to potentially deal with that too.
It's like, and he goes, hey, he goes, you know, hey, you remember the wine fest you remember the wine fest in the southern continent in Castroville last year
Mm-hmm.
that went south, uh, due to the mold storms,
Uh huh.
that the weather what didn't predict. Hey, I've had to deal with a situation where maybe this is give me a culture check here to see what you know about it.
Yeah. Culture. Ba-da-ba.
Boom. So you've heard about this. It's actually kind of gone down in infamy. Like the weather predictors got it all wrong. Like got it all wrong. And the event organizers just didn't have the proper like the proper like precautions in place. Like um they didn't have anything like a backup plan for if a mold storm happened. They like completely relied on what the forecast said. But when everything went south, it became chaos and everything fell apart. And you're fairly certain that most of the top promoters were arrested for like negligence
Hmm.
and faced like some charges. But there were several promoters like that were and agents that notably were able to escape were notably able to wriggle free of legal consequence and whatnot. He's like, yeah, he goes, yeah, there was a bit of an issue. I had an act that was scheduled for that festival. Things went badly. Um, they sued a lot of people back there.
Oh yeah,
They
I was one of the well, not officially on the take, but I gave some back pocket legal advice for some let's just say favors with that litigation. I remember that.
it's like, yeah, yeah. He goes, so I mean, you remember? So I'm no stranger to a sticky situation.
Okay.
Uh, this
All
is
right.
But I figure I should warn you that the Larry and the laugh track losers have a well. I've had people ask the laugh track losers a few times if they want to stay or if they want to stay somewhere or leave their life behind. But I think they believe they've got a pretty good thing going. They have certainly more privilege than most androids and SROs and synthetic life forms in the Gurren Republic. I don't
You
know
know,
what I don't know who Larry knows that gives him such leeway, but I understand his family's rich.
you know, Carabas, I want to say yes right now. Very much I do. But I need to check with my boss first. Just taking on an act from the Guren uh, is a little bit of
Yes,
a
yes.
liability that I need to run by my boss. But I would certainly like to say yes right now. So put me down as a tentative maybe because I'm going to try and work my boss to see in your way.
You know, if the laugh track, if Larry and the laugh track losers are, not up your alley, I have a lead on a couple of DJs that might be great for your nightclub.
Hmm.
And he's like, how long do you intend to be in town?
You know, indeterminate. It could be anything to the councilwoman's desiring, so uh, here, let me give you, and I'll give him one of my burner comms and say, my number's programmed in there.
"Oh, absolutely. He goes, you know, uh, he goes, if you give me the first shot at bringing acts in the door, I'll make sure I bring you the best I can find, the hottest up and comers nobody's even heard of yet, but but that are going to be big stars, soon be heard all over.
Oh, promise me heaven, Carabas, promise me heaven. And kind
I
of
go,
like gives him a big grin.
he goes, I'll do you one better. I'd promise you Tarivia itself if I could only just find it.
And yeah, she'll grin and shake his hand and go, if you turn up any stones while I'm still in town, let me know. But no promises I'll be in town for any more than 12 hours, even. Who knows?
Ah, ooh, life of a busy space setter, huh? And he shakes your hand. He goes, yeah, and I think he kind of like makes his farewell and moves back into the crowd. And he's uh, clearly like somebody trying to get his attention. And he's like, "Oh, yep, yep." And you hear him talking about like some festival or something.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody hollering about some festival. Um,
This was a positive business. This was a positive business interaction. Temerity is keeping it cool, but on the
mhm.
inside, she's like, "Oh, that was awesome. I need to do some blow." Like,
Right. Give me a sense motive here.
yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know that you necessarily need it, but just to reinforce,
Yeah.
I think in this case it's pretty obvious. Like recognizes like. This this guy's a little like you.
Oh, for sure.
Is he, this is one of those motherfuckers that operates off the seat of their pants. He's just kind of like you do.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make special note of that because if I can recruit Carabas as my lieutenant, that could be a potential. But yeah, no, I'll keep note of that. I'm starting to like this guy more and more.
This Verthani promoter.
Hmm.
uh, yeah. Where is it? Oh, that's what I was looking at. Right. Yeah. So I think maybe like Hib, are you I take it you were kind of like wandering on your own, right?
Yeah, Kim just wanders around trying to stay out of sight as much as possible because he knows everybody hates him so much. So he just kind of wanders through the crowd kind of aimlessly.
Right. Cool.
Kib, I don't hate you. I fear the liability that you bring with you.
Way to be 100% clear.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
no,
totally something Temerity would say too. Just like
total transparency there.
yeah, absolutely.
Uh, so it gets to be later and later in the evening, and finally it gets to be, late enough, and uh, you're you eventually, Philip, you're done with your dinner with Scorf Shorthorn, uh, who has left you with the distinct impression that uh, that he's probably going to be a bit stern. He might be a little bit sterner when he comes for the inspection and
Oh
whatnot.
no!
He definitely is. It makes it a point that he wants to see what's going on with like the ship manufacturing. Which, by the way, um, he does
It's going
commend you
well,
on. He does. He has heard about the contract with with the Accord and commends you on it, but he also kind of leaves you with a bit of a warning. He goes, uh, to some extent, of course, maybe you kind of, maybe you're like remembering this as you're taking your cab back to the ship or whatever, your house
right?
cab, um, your anti-grav cab, your sci-fi cab. It's like, the thing that strikes me is odd. And maybe it's just me, but how come Isig and Crinville needed you to strike a deal with their sister? I mean, I'm not privy to all the details of your deal, but I don't know. He goes,
Why Isig and Crenville would want me to strike a deal with their sister? I was
why
going to
not do
say
it themselves?
there is a interesting amount of hearsay about that, and because it's not really prevalent to what I'm doing, I haven't got into it too far. But needless to say, it's that weird part of the space web.
He's go-
So perhaps because I'm undaunted by her sexual advances, and they are.
And he kind of chuckles. He's like, he goes, so she is a bit of a bit ravenous then.
That's what I'm told.
He goes, and he kind of narrows his eyes, and like maybe that's like you're sort of remember the snippet of the conversation you're remembering as you kind of like head back to the ship. Um, and you know, you can take that for what it is. You can take that for he doesn't know all the facts and he's really curious and doesn't know exactly what necessarily that can be believed, or maybe he's suspicious of the motives behind having an intermediary such as yourself, or maybe he's trying to plant a seed of doubt, or it's kind of hard to say what he's what he's thinking.
I gotcha.
But yeah, you make it back to the ship, and I think like I don't know, just you're probably, unless somebody else specifically stays out later than you, then you're probably the last one back.
Probably. But let's see. Is everyone back when I get there?
Temerity's got her feet on the console and she's just like, my feet are so sore.
Hmm.
I'm asleep in the pilot chair, waiting.
I knee you just a little bit in your side, and I'm like, we have beds for that.
I know, but I want to be in position for when you're ready to go.
In the morning.
You're gonna go. Okay, then I'm going to my room. Or
Okay.
to a bed. It's not a room on this little ship, but it's a bed. It works.
Yeah, it works. So, Temerity, did you find anything out today?
I got a lead on another genuine huckster who might be trying to huck some of our stirs. But I think that's a good thing, though.
I've been given a reprimand for not following proper procedure.
Yeah, that sounds about right, you dumbass.
Other than that, a shooter. No. Other than that,
I know about a doctor somewhere.
technically we can doctor, but
Oh, he's kind of
we
cool.
didn't really do it. I'm getting there. In the morning, we look for cargo, and we leave after we find some.
Understood, Cap. Or Councilwoman.
Why don't you just call me Philip? At this point, I think you've earned that right.
Kinda grins and goes, whatever you say, Councilwoman. Kinda with a big grin on her face.
No. All right, fine. I roll my eyes, which looks pretty cool since they're red and have smoke trails. I roll my eyes just hard enough that little smoke rings pop out in front of me, so it looks like I'm wearing glasses.
Some Looney Tune shit.
All right.
Some Hades from Hercules, Disney's Hercules sort of stuff.
That's nice. I like that. All right. So, go ahead and go to bed, and I'll go ahead and take first watch. Actually, that's not true. Ha! Activate your Sentinel Fusion, and you take first watch. Okay, we sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, finding cargo.
Let's see. So,
Put it here, didn't I?
damn it, dropping things everywhere. So I will need cargo. Let's see. So I'm gonna need some checks here. At the end of the day, let's see, attempted diplomacy or profession merchant check. DC equals 10 plus 1.5 times your character level, so it's 19. So each of you have a 19. So Temerity, you're potentially able to find some. Let's see. Nope, it's a.
And Kib
Oh,
has
I'm looking at the
merchant.
wrong one. Yeah. So yeah. So
Temerity finds some
is
shit.
definitely able to. Temerity finds
Yeah.
some shit. Kib finds some shit.
Hang on. Let's see if I can find some shit. I don't find
Nope.
shit.
Philip's not the one to find shit. Okay. So let's look at. I need to make some rolls now. Okay, so the first, it'll be 3 lots. Let's find out what it is.
Kid, write this down. Your lock control.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be wood or wood articles. So
Huh.
3 lots of wood or wood articles. Let's see, what is the
It's wooden floor
price here?
panels.
Hold on. Unsuccessful. Target's total buy price equals 1d4 build points plus the number of times the number of lots. So So 3 times 2, so it'll cost you 6 build points for 3 lots of wood items. And let's see.
Now these wood items, what are they?
So these wood items are they are stuff for like they're actually, well, first of all, I need you to read it as a party see, so there are some issues with it. What it is it's a wooden frame for a set piece that is being shipped from point A to point B, but it has to be taken apart and put together carefully. So in
Kib
this
and I have
case,
the skills to do that.
I will need you to make an engineering check with DC of, let me see here.
Will we not take just 20 then?
And this is going to be something you're going to have to do here real quick. What is the... Give me a DC 24.
That's my assist. There we go.
So, Kib, you're able to take it apart to put it up to put it up and store it. It's going to take you a while to do it. It'll take you a few hours. And let's see, what did Temerity find? Or actually, that's what Temerity found. What did Kib find? A slash R1D4. Kib found 3 lots of, and let me see how much it's going to cost first. So 3 lots for 3 build points of ceramics.
Ooh, ceramic.
Yeah, so like ceramic ornaments. And these, let's see what they're. I'm going to say that for these, I need a DC 24, probably acrobatics. to load these heavily because they're fragile, and that's the complication here.
Is it acrobatics?
Right? What is yeah. Or just a dex check. Either way. I guess it would be the same thing either way, unless you take a specific penalty for that. Philip, you are was a DC 24. Oh, yeah.
Thanks for trying, Temerity.
Nope. So we're gonna treat this. Oh, let's see. Where are we at here?
Damn, you had to roll a nat 20 to pass that.
Yeah, I have no bonuses to acrobatics.
Yeah. Or I was talking about fell up. I don't think either of us could have passed it except for with nat 20s either.
Yeah, I would have had exactly a 24.
Yeah. Brutal.
So I think on that one, the penalty there is it just is that the ceramics break. You just spend the 3 build points, and the cargo is
Go away.
undeliverable. Yeah, but you still have the wood items that you're able to that you're able to ship.
Okay.
Get
You
the fuck
paid,
out of clock?
yeah. All right, and all right. So I will let these be. I imagine you can probably. I imagine you could probably sell this stuff at the station. In and of it itself, because there are probably some ways to do that.
Okay.
So you guys are going to head back then?
What say you, Philip?
I say it sounds like a good idea.
All right. So
Sounds
let me
like
get the
we've overstayed
piloting.
our welcome.
So let me get a piloting check here from our pilot.
Hang on, pilot. Let me roll my assist.
I also
My bad.
need.
Sorry.
There you go. It's 25 for the total.
Where? That is
Which
not
actually should be spot on. So
statistics. Record. Space travel. There we go. Okay, so oops. All right. So since I never rolled for how much time it took for you to get out here, I'm going to roll twice. And the first will be how much time it took for you to get here, and then the second will be the time it takes you to get back to the station. So it took you 14 days to get here, and it takes you 7 days to get back. The drift is wonky. Twice as long to get to the Vestarium as it did to leave.
Classic drift shenanigans.
Indeed.
Well, still 3 weeks.
Yeah.
well, it still took us to the end of Serenus, which is the 10th month of the year.
Mm.
We're already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months past when we took over the station 2 years ago.
All right. So let's see. So I'm. Oh, I guess where we are at now is probably as good a place as any. So you guys are going back to the station. Uh, so let's go ahead and get started on sign-offs. And send me your Player's Choice Awards, and I'm going to do some bookkeeping here. Whoever wants to go first.
Hi. Tonight, I, Philip Defoe, was played by David the Gnome. Sorry, guys, that we've been gone for a couple weeks, but unfortunately, life happens. We're glad to be back. We had some fun tonight, and I managed not to almost die, so I call that a win after last time. With that said, on to Mirror Shades.
Hi, everybody. I, Temerity, was played by Mira Shades. And you can catch me on this channel at various points for stuff and things. You can find links for my email if you want me to run one of your games in the doobly-doo. And that's me on FICO Psychopathic.
That's me. I play Kib. And yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. But that happens often. Okay, so anyways, what else am I in? Um Saturday, the Lands of Iberia, where lately I'm not much of a cat anymore. I can fly now, so I turned into a bird and fly away from enemies and then fly
Why
down and
can't,
peck them and then
why can't
fly
you be
away.
a catbird
That would be interesting.
or a cat bat?
Cat bat. Yeah.
Zamzam.
Yeah. But
I love Sam
that's
Sam.
that's all I yeah. I'm done.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that leads us to the great Jessica King.
Hola. All right. Well, first things first, everybody gets 825 XP for the week because you all three-way split again on Player's Choice. If it keeps happening, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. I think with that said, we're gonna get a little end credit scene here. So actually, we get a couple of them because there's a couple of things I want to take care of. So first, we get a first we get a like a bit of the we get like a group of robed figures wearing like very like um these very fine robes and whatnot. We can't really see most of their faces um except for Netrine, the cordial hand. One of the voices, kind of hear some of the voices like, perhaps it is time to send in someone else to deal with the situation. We're still no closer to understanding what this Herleg was after, or what the people on the members on on the list, what the importance of what their importance was in the grand scheme of things. Why wouldn't the pirate just go for the obvious blackmail scheme? You've failed to bring us this kib or any concrete information. Perhaps it's time we send in someone else. Perhaps the implied action. Maybe the salacious song. No, no, no. And maybe there's like perhaps the avarice is I. It's like, and the Netrine stops and it takes us all in. It's like, please, I believe you are all overreacting. These things can be smoothed out. I have more than one play at hand, and I still have one card up my sleeve. This is Perhaps I will try dealing more directly. And this is, this is and the others are like, well, if he is, there's another voice that's like, if if it doesn't pan out, if we don't see results soon, then we'll have to call the council. She's like, it's like pulling my peers in would be premature at this point, and I believe you all well know that. In fact, many voices here I hear are not in good standing with their payments. Should I start mentioning names? And there's a bit of a hush that falls on, and Netrine continues on in that sort of like very uh, pleasant but distant voice. She's like, "It will all be taken care of." And then we jump cut away from that, and we get like we jump cut from that to inside the back of a ship, the camera looking from the back of a shuttle or a cockpit on a ship, and we see two figures up front. Um, but we can't see much about them. All we see is their silhouette. Um, and we see like one is a rather large silhouette, but we can't make out too much because maybe they're sitting a little farther back, so they're farther from the light. Um, the one up front, uh, there's one that's closer that looks to be closer to the front of the cockpit. And it's like that is like, look, I don't know exactly what your plan is here, but delaying that information. And maybe we see like at about that time we see like the drift open up before them as they come flying out into real space. And there's a immediately the signs of of something happen here. Like there is wreckage from multiple ships. There looks to be what might have been at one time a space station or a base ship of some sort that is just wrecked, and there is some grand megastructure in space with some unknown purpose that it just seems to be leaking some kind of energy or radiation that we can see out the front of the cockpit's window. And the voice and the larger figure, we kind of shuffle, like moves a little bit. "Uh, Look, because something awful happened here. Something very bad happened here." And it's like the other figure is like, is like, "Are you still certain about this?" And then it's like, "Do you know what you're looking for?" "Nah, not a clue. But I know I'll know when I see it." Yeah, that's the thing with those damn prophets, precogs, and other soothsayers, dream walkers, and the like. Can't never give you a straight answer. Whatever happened here, I think it's best we find what we're looking for and leave before whatever caused this catches up. And then we kind of, and then we get like and then we fade to black. Hello, everybody. I am the Just a King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for Freewheel Station. I do apologize for the 2 week absence. There were other considerations and factors going on. Uh, unfortunately, sometimes we are tired, broken, and not prepared. So my apologies for that. Hopefully, we'll be back on to more consistent. Um, and I think that's all we've got for you tonight. So let's bring out the dragon and get out of here. Bring
Bring
out
out
the
the dragon.
The
dragon.
dragon.